Good afternoon, and welcome to another Kingdom Scribes podcast. And I'm your guest host today. I'm Nikisa Jackson. So first, go ahead and tag a friend. I'm gonna make sure that we are streaming. I have a really good topic for you today, and I want to apologize for being late. I was having some computer issues, so you know that it is going to be great. So make sure you come in and join us and tag someone. I'm gonna mute this down and I'm gonna add everyone. I think I can do that. I think last time I couldn't do it. Oh, I don't think I can do it. So make sure you share this out. Share this with a friend. Tag a friend. If somebody can, everyone, that would be great. But welcome to this broadcast. I won't be here before you long because we're supposed to start these at 12, and we've been missing you. But I am here now. I have a really great topic. So come in. Tell me where you're reaching out from, where you're calling from. Let me know how you're doing on this Friday. We usually do these podcasts in about 30 minutes, so I'll probably done in about 20, leave some room for questions. Because today we're going to be talking about the content you need to sell your books. So the Kingdom Scribe podcast is all about scribing. It's about marketing. It's about selling. It's about growing your author brand and things like that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have a book, if you're writing a book, and if you're in our Kingdom Scribes group, I am sure you are one of these people. So you need to come and listen in. So I'm going to do my intro and then we're going to hop into the type of content that you need. So I am Nikisa Jackson. I am an author, a speaker, and an HIV advocate. I run this amazing organization called Anaya Space, where we provide holistic care services to women living with HIV. Also, I have a journal coming out that was published by Beyond the Book Media. I'm so excited. I'm talking to a printer now. I also do a lot of other things actually, but this is not about me at Beyond Book Media. I am actually the client success manager. So if you are a publishing client, you work with me a lot. I am the middleman to make sure all your stuff is coming out just like you need it and communicating with the team on your behalf. I also am the lead writing coach. So you will see me in some of our writing boot camps. We have a new thing coming out. Some of you may have been invited to our beta programming. If you got that little text, you might want to respond and join. And so we'll be talking more about that. And I coordinate a lot of the map your book out things. I do a little bit of all things, especially as lead writing coach and client success manager here at Beyond the Book Media. So that's a little bit about me. I haven't really been around like publicly a lot, I don't feel like, but you'll definitely be seeing more of me. So let's hop into the topic because I'm already late and I want to tell you how you can sell your books using content. And the reason I love this topic is because you need to scribe in order to do it, right? And I do want to make an apology. If you hear a little slight snore or you hear something moving, it is my dog. And I'm going to speak up. I usually don't even talk loud so that I can get this message across. But I hope he stays that way so he does not disrupt anything because he will bark. He will try to jump on me. He is a wild little boxer. So literally, and his name is Rocky. So clearly I gave him the right name. So just please forgive me for that. But let's hop into it. The content you need, the first type of content you need is behind the scenes content. People want to know what happened behind the scenes of what you're doing. What's behind the scene content? So say you wrote a book on health and you are a health coach, right? And you show behind the scenes of you setting up for a coaching consultation, or you show behind the scenes of your photo shoot that you just put out. You show behind your scenes of how you get ready for your virtual clients. Behind the scenes, people want to know what's going on behind the scenes. So when they see you doing this work, it can be inspirational. It will gain you more followers. People just like to see things, and then people will be introduced to your brand and show that you are doing the work, and then they will want to buy because you are building The thing about content, it builds your know, like, and trust. Somebody put in the comments, if you're hearing me, know, like, and trust. When you put out content, it helps people to know you, like you, and trust you, right? Because imagine someone saying they're a health coach all the time, and every time you see them behind the scenes, they eat American deli, they eat fried chicken, they're eating all of this stuff, but they telling you that they're a health coach and you should be eating 5 fruits and vegetables a day, and you should be whole grains, you should be cooking from home. But imagine having a health coach and they're showing you, let me show you how I meal prep for my clients, right? They're not just telling you that they provide meal prep, they're showing you how they meal prep, right? And then they may have a book. So let's talk about you, authors, right? Say that you have a book, like I'll use me. So I have a book about learning, um, being diagnosed with HIV, and I talk about running my nonprofit. So behind the scenes for me could be something like how I prepare for my support groups, right? Behind the scenes for me is how I set up for my events, like me showing you the moving parts of me putting that event together. That's growing my know, like, and trust factor for the people who interact with my content, so they can say, hey, now I might buy her book because I know, like, and trust that she will do what she said that she will do. Like, I know, like, and trust her. So behind the scene content, you have to get some behind the scenes content. And whether that's you taking a picture and writing a caption, because writing still works, or taking a group of pictures and writing a caption. And so it still has to be scribed, right? You still have to plot that out, what you want to record, or if you get somebody to follow you around, right? And then the next type of content, which might seem similar, but it's not, it's called journey content. Now, some of these things, I might have made them up. Journey content is what I call it. It may be another word. If you know another word, great. Journey content is letting them follow your journey. Let them follow the journey to your book launch. So like, for example, I have a workbook, right? I mentioned it last year when I started saying I'm gonna do a workbook. Then I mentioned, hey, my journal, I call it a journal, but it's really a workbook. The workbook to match my book is getting ready to be published. It's been a labor of love for a whole year. That was written, but that is me taking somebody on a journey in a post. And if I look that post up right now, right? I looked that post up right now. This is gonna be like a real case study. So I can look up this post. So this is my name, because I really did this post. You can go find my page, just click Nikisa Jackson. This post, I said my journal, I said journal, but it's really workbook. To match my book is about to get published. It's been a labor of love for about a year. It has 95 likes, 26 comments. It reached 640 people, 657 impressions, and this is on Facebook. You know, people don't even be on Facebook like they used to be. It's been clicked the 38 times when people went in and post comments. So I got attention of all these people, right? So what I could do with that one content is, once I send my journal over, because I've sent my journal over, I could show them screenshots of me getting all the details, right? I could show them when the first printing comes out. I could start inviting these same people. I could be in their DMs, come to my group. You're gonna be the first one to see the cover. And I did this with my first book. Right. This is me taking you on a journey to my lunch. So I'm not just popping up, oh, I got a book, everybody go buy it. No, I'm showing you I wrote my book. I got it in publishing. It's time for print. I'm taking you on a journey with me producing this book. So what can you take the people who watch you, or the people you want to watch you? What kind of journey do you want to take them on? And if you're listening, if you have a type of book that you're writing, I would love to use you for an example. If you already have a brand and you want to see how this could fit your brand, I would love to use you for an example. I won't bring you up or anything, but I'll talk about it. So if you're brave, I don't see any comments here. If you're brave and you want to put some comments and you want me to use you as an example, I would love to. But these are just some things that can get your juices flowing about the type of content you need to sell your book. This is the type of content that you need. So we got behind the scenes. What are you doing behind the scenes to get your end result? Journey content. What is the journey to get your end result? What is the journey? Or taking people on a journey of one of your clients. Right. And that could be one simple post. My client came to me overwhelmed, stressed out. 6 months later, she's running her business. She's thriving. She's doing all these things. And I use my coaching framework. Oh, what's the coaching framework? What's the coaching framework? Oh, it's in my book. You got to go get it in my book. That's the coaching framework, right? So then the next thing is lifestyle content. People just want to know you. This is going to get the know part, really the know and the like part, right? Because this is where you just share your lifestyle. So if you love to cook in your free time, people, go ahead. It may not even necessarily be completely related to your book, but you can always relate it back to your book. Let me tell you how. So I have a book about my journey to learning how to love myself. And so if I decide, okay, I want to share me cooking, I can relate that back to the journey to love myself. It's like I'm sharing me cooking because I want to cook more, because I want to take better care of my temple and better care of my body, because this is the journey of self-love. So watch me cook this amazing rendition of hot wings that's low in calories or whatever, right? Or I want to eat better. Why I'm going to Burger King. But let me show y'all what I get for my meal. This is what I get at Burger King. Now, this is not directly related to me producing my book or behind the scenes, but it is related to the topic. Or sometimes I might just do a post and talk about my hair, right? I might just talk about my hair and my journey to growing my hair and all these things. And if I have to, I will relate it back. But I don't always have to relate it directly back. But people come to my page, they want to know me. So these are the things that I like. These are the things. Oh, hey, Renee. That's so great. I remember I worked on your book. That's how I know your name. This is a Beyond the Book Media client. I would love to use you for an example, okay? And it's going to be good. So make sure y'all go and get her book when it comes out. She just got it published. I remember the title of the book and your name. So yes, I definitely worked on your project. So you want to make sure that you are considering these type of things. So now we're going to use Renee's book. So all she have her All Things Prayer book just completed, next to be published, and I have a lot of examples for the next ones that I'm coming up with. So let's hop into it. The next one is educational content. All Things Prayer book. So you have a workbook, right? So you could start posting prayers or teaching people how to pray. And let me show you how you could do that. You could do one post just about so when I think of prayer, I think of you praise, you forgive, then you ask, and then I had it's escaping me right now, right? So praise, you could talk about the importance of praise and getting your heart right before you jump into prayer. You could teach people how to move from that place to do that. Then you could talk about the forgiveness piece and repentance, why that's important in prayer, right? And then you talk about your ask, right? You could talk about praying with scripture, like, and these could be short 1 minute videos. These could be short 1 minute videos. You can put it on YouTube, repurpose it to put it on TikTok. And these people, what you will do is now you become the expert in prayer, and they say, hey, this girl been teaching me how to pray on TikTok. This girl been teaching me how to pray on Instagram. I want to go get her book now. I want to see what else she offers, because of her, my prayer life has changed, because I've been just watching these 1 minute videos. Or do testimonies, right? About how on Monday, so like I said a testimony, it's been things I remember maybe at the top of March, I prayed about a situation, and it's like God moved and miraculously did it. Or I prayed about my healing, or I got a bad report and I went and I talked to God and I prayed about it, and I prayed scriptures on it. I gave him his word back and I seen a result. Or other people, right, who have maybe got your book, their testimonies, right, and how that could be turned into educational content. So that's everybody needs educational content, right? If you don't hear me, you might say, I don't want to do lifestyle, I don't want to do behind the scenes. You need educational content. How we know, like, and trust you? How we trust you? That's the big thing. I can't trust you if what are you teaching me? What are you showing me? Why should I buy your book on prayer, right? So educational teaching and trainings, that, and then give back content. This is what I love. Give back content. It's like, this is probably another one that I made up. Give back content is literally where you are giving back to your audience. And I would think of content around, so we're gonna still use this All Things Prayer book, right? All Things Prayer book. So you may say, hey, because y'all are here and y'all really have been enjoying my content, I want to give y'all this free guide. I want y'all to use this guide, and it's completely free. Get your email address, right? And I want you all to use this, right? Or you make a video. So you're doing All Things Prayer. You make a video and you say, let me show you how you can use the Bible app to store all your scriptures on different topics. And then you do a screen share, and you just kind of gave them that something, like you taught them something, and they can actually physically do it to help their prayer life. Or you host a giveaway. Like, hey, I'm gonna host a giveaway. I want to give away one of my books. All you gotta do is follow these steps, but definitely use it to bring attention to your book. Use it to bring attention to your page. Use it to get more eyes on your content, right? So that's what you want to do. And then I'll give you another example when it comes to um behind the scenes content or journey content. Like now, journey content, you just said I had my prayer book just published, next to be completed. Maybe you leak one of your prompts and say, how would you answer this question, right? How would you answer this question? These are the type of questions that's in my prayer book. You would start showing them like, oh, I want to drop my cover, join my group to drop this cover. Y'all see, and then let people look at your cover, and just look at how beautiful it is, right? And just start telling people about what is happening next. And then as you get it printed, like showing them the proof, right? As you start packing orders. So even after the book is out, and when you start packing orders, show them you packing orders, right? Show them the reviews, show them like everything, this journey to get your book done. And then even when you start getting speaking engagements, you start vending, continue to show the journey. The journey doesn't stop with the book. It actually starts with the book. It doesn't stop with the book. It starts with the book. So you want people to journey with you. You want people to know more about you. So then, Renee, as far as lifestyle, if you're in your church, like if you're on a worship team, right? If you like to vacation, if you want to show people what your prayer closet looks like, if you want to show them how you spend time with God in the morning, how you spend time with God in the evening, because your book is called All Things Prayer, and we know prayer is communication with God. And I think a lot of times people forget that prayer is a two-way street. And so you definitely could make a lot of content around being quiet, being still, really digging deep with God and get an understanding from God, like how you have been, what does that journey look like for you, right? And then also getting rid of some of the myths about prayer, right? Because we think like we can't question God, or we think that if our life ain't perfect, we can't go pray. No, that's not how that works, right? So I hope those were helpful to you and get your wheels turning, because you're actually in a good place to start. Just even if you don't physically have a book, you're in a good place to start talking to people. You're in a good place to start. Good place to just start letting people know, starting to build out like your lunch team. I'm sure we have videos around launching your book. It's about time for you to start thinking about how you want to do this. Okay. So I hope that was helpful to you, Renee. And I hope that this has been helpful to all of you. So I'm going to review again the content that you need to sell your book. So the first type is behind the scenes. What are you doing? Like, what was the behind the scenes of how you set up for your events? How you set up for the work that you do, because your book is not just a book, it is connected to you. So even if your book is like a memoir, what are some of those high points in the book that you really wanted to use to help people? That's the type of behind the scenes content you could share. Journey content, show them the journey of getting your book published, show them the journey of getting to where you are now. If you're like in health and fitness, show them what you used to be like and how you are now, right? Educational, everybody needs to be teaching people. Everybody needs to be telling people, because why are you the expert? Why should I listen to you? Why should I follow you? And you should be showing people that all the time, right? And then give back content. How can you give back to your audience, right? How can you give them something of value? And I think this may work well with product-based business too, who have books. Meaning, so like I see people show people how to make lip gloss, but they make lip gloss. And I was like, and at first I was like, why would you show me how to make it? I could just go make it. More than likely, I'm not going to go make no lip gloss. I'm just going to buy yours. Because I see that you handmade this, you handcrafted this, and you know what you're doing. And I learned from you. Or you made some soap. I tried this. I made it. It worked well, but I ain't finna keep making. I'm not about to keep making soap. So I want you to come and make the soap, and then I purchase the soap from you. So that may be some ideas, some ways to give back. Always, I love giveaways. Every now and again I give away a book or two. And of course you need to sell your books, but sometimes giveaways are cool, especially for like contests, but make it valuable to you, meaning, hey, you got to be on my email list to get it. So they gave you something like an email so you can stay in contact with them. So even though you gave away one book, you might have collected 500 emails. You may have collected 200 emails. Or whenever I have events, I try to do giveaways. So like I had the anniversary event last week, and someone came play trivia. I didn't have a lot of people on, but because she came play trivia, I'm going to give her something. I'm going to do a giveaway for her because she came, she played trivia with me, and she was getting them all right. Okay. And so I wanted to make sure that I honored that and I gave her something. And so I may have had, and these are like real numbers. I probably had 15 people sign up for all of my stuff that I did last week. Hey, so I'm just being transparent, but I'm only giving away one thing, but I still grew my list by 15. Right. So it may not seem like a lot to somebody who's like, oh, I got 10,000, whatever. But for me, just imagine me continuing to let that grow and let that build up. And like I said at the beginning of this, I haven't really been out doing a lot. So part of this is on me because I haven't been I was, and it wasn't that I didn't want to put stuff out. I just had a lot of things going on outside of me focusing on my books, and focusing on what I did for my nonprofit. But now I'm back. So now you're about to see me really push out content, and that's okay. So even if, let me say this, even if you've taken a break from posting, you haven't talked about your book in a long time, you haven't done anything with your book yet, you can still do something with it, right? You can start posting today. I told you I made that post about that workbook like 2 days ago. I haven't mentioned that book in a long time, but now it's time because it's real, right? I'm about to go to printing. I am going with an overseas printer and they want a lot of books. I got to make sure that I can sell these books before I run around just having stuff sitting in my house. So I want you all to really start thinking about what content can you create. I want you to think of some content you can create. I want you to come back to this post. I want you to share it and say what that content is. I want you to think about how you can create, and you at least could do educational content and journey content. Like, you don't have to do all five. These are just some good ideas because some of us, we're like, I don't know how to do behind the scenes of journey, but I love to share these things, or I love to educate. Like, whichever one fits into what you're doing and what you're building is the one that you should start with. Okay. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that you got that. I hope you took notes. Thank you so much, Renee, for participating. And I hope that you've learned something. Now, make sure you invite your friends to the Kingdom Scribes Facebook group. We have some amazing things. We do this podcast every Friday at 12 p.m. We missed a week, but we'll be back next Friday. You'll be back with Chanel next Friday, I believe so. And we'll be sharing another topic. Also, sometimes we have guest speakers come in where some of our authors who publish, they come and get interviewed. We did one recently. And so we did one recently. So you want to go back and listen to that because you could be there too, right? So definitely you want to do that. Thank you. I'm so glad. I don't know your name, but thank you. I'm glad you published your book. Let me know in the comments one thing that you could try that's going to help, one type of content that you think is going to help push your book out, just to get your mind going. And thank you so much. You are so welcome, Tanisha. You miss seeing me. Oh, thank you. I can't see your name, but thank you. I am back around. You'll be seeing a lot of me in this month, actually. But God is good. There's nothing too crazy going on over here. It's just like I started the year off. If I could be honest and transparent with y'all, I started the year off traveling for 2 weeks in January, and I think I'm still catching up. And I've been traveling. I didn't travel in February. I traveled twice this month. I traveled next month. I traveled a month after that. And God is good. Okay. It's because God is good and He is He will do what He said He will do. Right. And a lot of the things that I travel for today, believe it or not, this is related. It's related to the first book I ever wrote. I'm going to tell you this really quick. The first book I wrote was in 2017. I put out a YouTube channel before I wrote the book. I shared my story on YouTube. I had a book signing. I invited everybody. I turned it into an educational event. That was in 2018, right? And then I thought that was it. I said, I wrote a book. That's it. Next book came out in 2020 during the pandemic, May 2020. I remember that. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm putting this book out. May 2020, next book came out. And then now I'm about to put out a workbook and stuff, but I am still reaping the benefits of putting out that first book and being intentional and allowing God to lead me. And I think that there were some mistakes I made on the journey just because I did not know Beyond the Book Media did not exist when I put out my first book. There were some mistakes made, some things I could have done better. But that's why I share with you all. But also, God is still faithful, and He did what He said He was going to do with my book. So I want you to be encouraged that you're not writing these books, you're not scribing, you're not writing this, you're not writing that poetry, you're not writing whatever else. You're not writing that curriculum for no reason. You're not making that framework for no reason. You're not doing these things for no reason. There is a reason. There is a why God has you doing this, and He will do what He said He will do. But you have to do what you said you will do. You have to show up You have to show up, you have to put stuff out, you have to plan, you have to sell this book. Like, it's your responsibility to get the book out. And we have given you plenty of resources. So if you're in our Kingdom Scribes Facebook group, there's no reason that you should not know what to do, because we have a start here guide. So if you need to get in it, I want you to go over, if you're on YouTube, I want you to go over to Facebook, and I want you to look up Kingdom Scribes Beyond the Book Media, and you will see there is a picture there of, I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's like a purple picture right now. So definitely you want to go there, or go to the Beyond the Book Media Facebook page and join Kingdom Scribes, because we have so much content in there to help you. If you search my name, we got content from 2019 and 20 where I was just in there, and I was just always putting out content, like always. I have so many videos, just me. And so imagine how many Chanel has. So there are so many of us who've poured into this group and created this space for you for you to be able to put out your book and make it easier. Tanisha, tell me what type of book you have. I got a couple minutes. I might be able to give you some ideas. But you definitely can start sharing educational content. People would love to learn how to do something, especially I'm always looking up how to do this, how to do that. Like, or I get an idea, does this even exist? Like, can you even do that? Like, let me look it up, right? So definitely I want you all to be encouraged that you can do this. We're not making these podcasts every week because we're just talking. No, try something. Even if it's one thing, try one thing and try until you can't try it no more. Sometimes we try things one time, oh, it didn't work. How many times you try it once? That's not enough. That's gonna be good. Becoming a virtuous woman and a radiant woman. You in what you said. Two video ideas. Make a video post about this. What signs that you're a virtuous woman, signs that you're a radiant woman, or how to step into your femininity, right? How to step into your radiance as a woman who didn't grow up feeling radiant, right? And I've been having this thought, which I think is the start of a poem, which I actually wrote, and I'm gonna give it to you. And what I said was, imagine being drop dead gorgeous and spending your whole life thinking that you're ugly. So imagine being God calling you radiant, right? Virtuous, and you running around thinking that you crazy, or you run around thinking that you're nothing, or that you're the scum of the earth. So, and I definitely see you making like a video, like 5 affirmations to get your day started, or 5 scriptures to radiate, vibrate, like radiate, making a play on words, right? So things like affirmations, things around self-care, things around self-love, things around taking breaks, things around resting, things around getting closer to God, things around just allowing God to love on you, being a daughter. These kind of, I know I'm talking fast, you can go back and watch the replay, but these are the kind of things that would draw me into your content if I wanted something better and I didn't feel like I was a virtuous or a radiant woman, right? If I didn't feel like that, like these are things that would draw me in to make me change my mindset. And then a good educational content is about mindset. Like, how do you get your mind to flip over to know that you already are that? That you already are virtuous. It's just there's some things that you need to work through, or maybe in the past you were virtuous or radiant, but now you want to be. And that's okay to say that too. So just really think about it and just start. Like, even if you make StreamYard, it's free. You make some StreamYard videos. I mean, you can upgrade it, it gets better. But if you upgrade StreamYard, you can cut pieces to turn them into reels. If you upgrade, because they keep all your videos in the back. So just think of ways you can do that. Or 1 minute on your phone. It's free to post on Instagram. It's free to post on these platforms. So pick a platform and just start sharing it. And then at the end, book coming soon. Sign up to be the first to know. Start a little email list. Sign up to be the first to know. Book coming soon. Sign up to be the first to know. Right? So yeah, so then let us know how it is, Tanisha. Let us know how it is. Get in the Kingdom Scribes group, post, share, and let us know how it is, okay? So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for participating. I think we did a great job today. So remember, this is the content you need to sell your book. And if you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay and tell me what content you're going to share. Lifestyle, journey, educational, give back. What kind of content will you share that will sell your books? Okay. So have a great Friday. We'll be back next Friday again at the right time at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern to give you another Kingdom Scribes podcast. Have an amazing weekend, and we will see you soon.